Right, so you can taste the first white wine.
Fruity.
Where do you think it's from?
Do we write it down or do we tell you?
You can discuss it.
Where do we think it's from?
I'm pretty sure I know where it's from.
This is the New Zealand one.
This is the New Zealand
It
7
definitely
John
tastes
Block.
like a slice of us.
Yeah, from Marlborough.
And that's correct, it's a New Zealand wine.
I just think it's really tasty.
What are your tasting notes? What can you smell?
Citrus.
Yeah.
Some sort of citrus stuff.
Gooseberry, I think.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
So it has lemon peel, sage, ripe lemon, passion fruit, grapefruit, pine needles.
Oh, that's your pine nuts, isn't it?
And a fun fact, the brand name means 5 arrows in Maori.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah.
What's the name of it?
It's a Rimpare Sauvignon Blanc 2021 from New Zealand.
On the
It does.
on all of the
Edmund.
Is that them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what, they're stamping all of those?
So I guess though it's like they
Edmund is the current lead, heir?
Where do you think this one is from?
Very zesty.
It's quite light.
Can I say where I think it's from?
Yes.
It's the Viognier from France.
Correct! What are the tasting notes?
Oh, well, I think it's nutty.
Okay.
So are you.
Edit that bit out.
I shan't.
I don't know why it feels very orangish. Fresh.
There's also citrus in this one, but a lot of white wines and citrus.
Yeah, that's correct. So there are notes of honeysuckle, citrus peel, vanilla, tangerine, and honey.
Very nice.
You can get the vanilla actually.
Fun fact, this wine is rested for 8 months on the lees, and it's harvested at night to preserve the integrity of the grape skin and help retain the natural purity. This
It
is
tastes very, very fresh.
Yeah.
this is Waddesdon Wine's own brand.
Yeah. It is. It's called the Waddesdon something collection, right?
The WRC Viognier 2021.
Yeah, Waddesdon Rothschild collection. I think is what WRC stands for. It's quite like earthy and
That's
a lot of
why,
minerals.
This is the rosé.
Yeah, this looks the easy one to look at.
Oh,
And it's
very sweet.
down in France. I'm pretty sure.
Yes, correct. It is from France. And your tasting notes.
So Whispering Angel.
Strawberry, a little bit.
Fruitier.
Really don't know, is it?
Rose.
Oh, it's called rose blood, I'm pretty sure. So that's an apt description.
So the tasting notes are pomegranate, apricots, and a great freshness reminiscent of blackcurrant buds.
Blackcurrant buds.
I wonder if they're...
So no rose.
It's a rosé.
Still not.
I taste
I was like, I
strawberries.
thought that would be a given.
Yeah.
Just the color.
Yeah.
I do get apricot. That's quite like, once you've said apricot, I can smell apricot.
Yeah, like a stone fruit.
Yeah.
Fun fact, the vineyard also produces a 5-blend oil.
Oh.
At least then they put a red one. And they don't age it in like oak barrels and stuff.
Oh.
Super red berry.
Yeah. Very black curranty black.
Wood. Right.
Where do you think it's from?
It's the Australian one.
This is the one from Chile, I think.
Correct.
How many red wines do we have in the box?
Because it's quite dry.
It's really-
It's very
Like
dry.
the
Very, very
Chilean
dry.
ones are really South American
Really?
ones are really dry.
What are your tasting notes?
It's burning here.
Berries.
There's a lot of tannin in there as well.
Yeah.
Is that like plum or something like that?
Maybe some plumminess.
Okay, so the tasting notes are...
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a cab. And it's a cab sauv.
They are fresh strawberry, red cherry, gooseberry, blue flowers, and then the undertones are tobacco, toffee, graphite.
Graphite.
Yeah.
That's quite interesting.
Okay, so pencils.
Wood.
There you go, your wood.
Fun fact, 50% of the wine is transferred into French oak barrels for 12 months. It's a medium to full-bodied red wine.
You know, it felt like I was drinking a perfume or something, like a really strong.
It's very the
Great
tannin.
descriptive language.
It was really heavy for me.
So this is produced by the Rothschilds. Well, that has a nice, lovely smell.
Yes.
Ooh, I can just imagine.
It's quite leathery.
Literary.
Leathery. Smells like leather.
You know what? It reminds me of cigarette.
Cigarettes.
Yeah, but the ash.
Great face. It's my thinking face. Must close one up.
Can only think with one eye open.
I think I'm drinking ash.
Not 100% sure on this one.
Where do we think it's
It's
from?
very dry, like very.
Australian?
It's from
I'm
France,
gonna say Saint-Emilion one.
from the Baron Edmonton Rothschild's estate and the 19th century chateau.
So this is a Rothschild one as well.
Yes. And what are the tasting notes? We've already had ash.
Yeah. Leather.
Very
thing.
dry.
Oak.
Yeah.
So they are chocolate shavings,
Gooseberry.
tobacco, violets, red cherry, spicy plum, a whiff of vanilla, and a trace of new oak with mocha and spice.
I feel like this is the ultimate like lamb dish, beef dish wine. Really wintry,
Fun fact.
stewy.
This wine spends 14 months in French oak.
Compared to the previous
12 months.
12 months.
Like it's probably a good place.
I have some fun facts about this one too. So this region, so Saint-Emilion is one of the most famous wine regions within Bordeaux, which is obviously a larger wine region. But I'm pretty sure this one overlooks the Saint-Emilion Plateau, which is where all of the really, really big wineries come from. So that's like the real famous, the top ones here. I think the wine will be a lot more expensive than this one. But they're like opposite each other. They'll look at each other. And this
So
is like,
expensive.
So this this one's in the cheap seats. Same region, but not.
they look at each other.
A peculiar taste on my tongue, like I'm feeling like.
Clearly Australian.
Yeah.
Shiraz. Mate.
Mike.
G'day, mate.
G'day, mate. Yeah, bloody hell are you? Okay, what are we tasting?
So this
It
is
smells-
Australian.
Spicy.
That was correct. And yeah.
Legs on it.
Cinnamon. She's got legs. Little ones.
Little legs.
Little legs.
Little legs.
This is like red fruit as well. Plums or
Yeah.
blackberries.
Blackberries and cherries and currants.
Not
So-
any tannins as well.
The tasting notes are plummy fruits meshed with cinnamon and almond with raspberry chocolate flavours with a sprinkling of spice and cola.
Cool.
The only red wine
I
I
can
like
smell
is this.
good, but I can
Yeah,
smell
and I
good.
tried it.
Fun fact, it's been matured for 12 months in an older American oak hogsheads. Hogsheads? And it's a medium-bodied wine.
Great colour.
What are your thoughts? You drank it quite quickly, so
I personally prefer this one, but
to the Saint-Emilion.
to the other, well, to the previous one,
But
yeah.
like,
It's basically a red white wine.
kind of, yeah. Yes.
That's fantastic.
Which one was your favourite?
This was my favourite red one.
Yeah, by
The
far.
Los Vascos cabs have.
That was nice.
Mm-hmm.
And your favourite white wine?
The Viognier. Yeah.
Oh, we agree.
I like the
Kendall, are
Viognier.
you in
Yeah.
agreement?
I am
on that?
agreement.
Ria?
All
I
of the same
like
taste.
the rose blood.
Mm-hmm.
And for the red, I really like the Penfolds.
Yeah. For me, this white wine, Viognier, and the Penfolds, the red. But I did like the rosé too.
Yeah, the rosé
I
was
would
nice.
actually really like.
All a bit
This one.
different, which was
Yeah,
nice.
they're all really
Yeah.
different selections, so yeah.
Yeah,
They're
for
all,
wine tasting.
yeah. So what would you take from these wines? What's inspired you?
I think the labels, I think one thing about wine bottles that I personally always notice is the label, the design that goes behind the wine, and that kind of also gives us the idea of how expensive or how premium or how not so premium the wine is, which can also sometimes throws you off. So I think with the wine, taste is so central, but at the same time, like personally for me, design really affects me
Of the label.
in choosing.
Choosing a wine,
'Cause
yeah.
You most of the time you won't have drunk all of those that wine.
I think a lot of
selection.
people, a lot of people choose wine based off the label.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
It's like a book
yeah,
by its
because it's-
cover.
yeah.
Like even with these ones, the rosé really caught my eye because of the label of how interesting it was.
It's also a pretty bottle because it's like
Different
different shaped.
Yeah, and also probably that is also a differentiating factor.
Yeah.
Well, you have to stand out on a
Yeah.
shelf full of like 1,000, don't you?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What I quite liked about it is all of them are, I mean, there's a few from France, obviously, but like super international. And so say for like, they really want to showcase their wineries, remembering that they are really international. Like they're not just from France, they're not just
Yeah.
from Bordeaux, it's like
And I
from
think
all
that's
over,
very
yeah.
good for the user as well, because if I land on this website, I can get the best of the world.
Yeah,
Technically, through this website.
it's true.
So probably that'll make me a loyalist towards wine.
People, because they want to be accessible, don't they?
Yeah.
That's the main thing.
They want to feel premium but accessible, which is
Oh,
actually a hard
Key.
task.
Yeah. But it's the wines that they have are accessible.
They are.
Yeah, but
You know,
it's-
£8 to £10.
Waddesdon, I think the preconceptions of Waddesdon are probably quite
High end.
posh,
Yeah.
high end, inaccessible. But actually, their wines are not that.
Yeah.
But
But
they
then
still want
yeah.
to retain that premium.
Feeling. Yeah, so if I land on the website, it should
Yeah.
feel like, okay, I can buy this.
Yeah,
But at the same time, it will have some aspirational value attached to it.
exactly.
That it should almost feel like, oh, I have a
Yeah.
Waddesdon wine.
Yeah.
I bought a Waddesdon wine for myself or for my guests. So that's a
But
good
it's nice too
experience.
because you could also then like if you're buying cases of wine, you can buy like 6 of these for your next party and then maybe like a few of these for yourself. So it's like
Yeah.
you can kind of cater to all, you know,
Yeah.
I want to save this one for a special occasion or this one I actually just want everybody to
True,
enjoy.
and I think that will also affect my subscription.
Flow of design.
Yeah, like you know, if I'm the user and if I buy a couple of wines, then I would probably be inclined towards going towards their subscription flow and probably subscribing to them.
Yeah.
Maybe a question in the flow could be, why are you drinking these wines, or what's the purpose of you buying these wines?
Yeah.
It could be for a large group party,
Or
in
just
which
like
case
that.
maybe you want to have a lower price selection
But
because you're
more
going
of
to
them
be,
because you know you're going to drink with.
but more of them,
Yeah.
more of
Yeah.
them. Cut.